On this sample, I did a sashing and a hand applique, and I hope you can see it. This one is not ditched. This one is not ditched. This one is ditched. And I did different quilting on them because, say this is low budget. All you're gonna do is a background fill. And you can see how the applique, it's kind of just hanging there. There's nothing holding it down. Also with the sashing, it's kind of just floppy. Black was probably not the best color to use. This is what I call faux ditching. And I kind of skipped some spots so you could see. If I were doing this on the real quilt, I would have made every design go down that sashing. Okay, so I just come into it with the quilting and come out. That's probably a mid-level, and I do as close as I can to the applique without actually ditching it. This one is fully ditched. All the way around that was stitched first. All the way around that was stitched first. And then I went and did a heavier background fill. So you really can't see the ditching. But if I flip it over, you can see this one is fully ditched. Around that circle is fully ditched. This one's kind of just flopping around because it was not actually ditched. This one is crazy floppy. So that's the differences in ditching and not ditching. Another reason why you might choose to ditch or not ditch. This block was pieced by me a long time ago. These are 2 orphan blocks that I'm working on. And this one has an insane seam. So watch. The hopping foot will not even go over that. Okay, so I'm definitely not going to ditch this block. I can get it over that way, but you see how it gets stuck. So I'm not going to try to even ditch that. That's insane. Yeah, that's the only one. So yeah, that's probably why this was an orphan block, because why deal with that? Let's just make another one. Backstory, I'm not the best piecer. I actually do not enjoy piecing anymore. I like quilting much better. So on this block, I would definitely say, hey, you got some problems in your seams. Ditching might not be the best thing for this quilt. And also, I know more tricks now. I would have hit this from the back, but I wanted to, you guys to see it. But I actually have a 2-inch high chopping block that I've put, a terry cloth towel around, and I'll hit that with a lot of steam and then hit it with a rubber mallet and get it nice and flat. So it depends on how much budget is in that quilt, how much time you're going to spend on it. So this one will get quilted regular, and the other one will get ditched. So here are the 2 blocks. This one is not ditched. This one is. They're both quilted exactly the same. And here's where you see the difference. This just isn't real crisp and sharp, whereas this one is much more crisp and sharp because, of course, the ditch is stitched. There we go. Try to get both of them on the screen. So essentially, ditch work comes down to, if you're quilting for yourself, how much time you have to put into it. And if you're quilting for clients, how much they're willing to pay to have their quilt quilted. Because they both, they look good. It's just when it's stitched, that piecing pops. So if you have a quilt that's poorly pieced, you may not want to ditch it. If you have a client that wants to pay $49.95 for a king-size quilt, you're definitely not going to be ditching it, and you probably want to refer her to someone else. Anyway, not to get off topic, but yeah, that's just the difference between ditching and not ditched. Like in here, let's see if I can get closer. You see, it's puffy. Whereas on this one, it's nice and crisp. And don't comment on my piecing. This was probably from 2003, maybe 4. Anyway, I hope that helps a little bit. So I always say by the end of this, I'm going to make you all quilting snobs. And by quilting snob, I mean you're going to start looking at other people's work so much more closely, and you're going to be like, why didn't she ditch that? I wonder why that's not ditched. Or why did she ditch that? Because some people want everything ditched. I have clients that want everything ditched, even on simple little quilting jobs. So some quilts you can get 10, 15 hours in ditching. So depends how you bill. Try to do a couple more close-ups. See, this is not ditched. It's just kind of, let's see if I can pull it up. It's just poofy. There's nothing holding that down. And on this one, not very good ditch. I missed right there and there, but I didn't think it had to be perfect for this project. Just wanted you to see. So you see the difference between ditching and not ditching. There is no official rule as to this has to be ditched or this doesn't have to be ditched. Okay, hope this helps. So you can really see on the back of these two blocks. The ditched one looks exactly like the pieced block. It's beautiful. The not ditched one, there's kind of things that just don't make any sense. You see how this feather, it doesn't really land anywhere. There's just this open poof. That's why I did feathers in there, so you would see that. It has nothing to stop on. On the front, you see it stops with the color of the fabric and the piecing. But on the back, it's kind of just hanging there.